Hey, it's David coming at you from the Redneck Office. First of all, welcome to all the new subscribers. I think a lot of you came over. Jerry mentioned this in one of his posts. I appreciate that. He is a mechanical genius. My mother would wash his mouth out with soap, but he is a really good guy. I love watching his videos. So welcome to all you guys. Today we're going to be working on the second side of the Jeep, where the body lift kit or bushing installation would be the same thing. Here's a little video clip from yesterday where I didn't work on the Jeep. The weather has turned straight to crap today. I went out with a light windbreaker this morning and it got cold. It is supposed to get down to 20 degrees tonight, which I know is not cold in Canada, Jerry, but it's cold here in Franklin, Tennessee. So no progress on the Jeep today. I'm not gonna freeze my butt off. Alright, so I'll drive Jerry crazy a little bit. It was so cold this morning I couldn't work on it. It was 30 degrees. I understand. I'm just not gonna freeze my rear end off working out in the driveway on something that I can wait a couple of days and it warms up. Today it's supposed to get up to 50, and I would like to get all that side done so I don't have to mess with anything else but body work. That's what I want to concentrate on. I tend to like doing body work more than I do like frame restoration, stuff like that, because it's visual. You can see it. You see something cool. You know, putting body bushings on, nobody will know that but me down the roads. But body work, yeah, when you paint that truck and it looks brand new, everybody notices. So I tend to like that better, you know. So anyway, let's get working on the Jeep. We're going to start trying to get the rest of the bolts out on the other side. I was hoping today to zero in on some of the problems and solutions that I came up with putting these bolts in and not get into maybe as much as we did last week. I have a couple new tools that I'm going to try out today as far as using it on the Jeep, and so let's get going. Okay, so I had to come back into the backyard to yell at the dogs. If you ever want a worthless piece of crap pet, buy a chihuahua. They are the most worthless non-dog rodent type animal you can get. They are nasty, they can't be housebroken, and if I could take that shovel right there and thump them in the head and not get in trouble with my wife, these dogs would have a little hole in the backyard and they would be gone. So that's what distracted me so far this morning. Shut up! Yeah, you put your tail between your legs, you little nasty rat. Randy's here. He's going up north to see his mama.
Yeah, Michigan.
Where all those Yankees live.
Not all of them.
Well, everybody up there's a Yankee, aren't they?
Yeah, they wouldn't move from the south to go up there.
Yeah. You know the difference between a Yankee and a damn Yankee? Huh? Damn Yankee stays. That's what we do down here in the south, man. Alright, we gotta get on these stupid bolts. He's drinking something over here, man. It does. If you took I think if you took a porta potty and you tumped it over and everything ran out of the porta potty, that's what this looks like. That's what I think that's what that is, man. That's nasty.
Until you try it.
That is, golly. Watch his face. No, watch him take a drink of it. It couldn't be good. Go ahead and take a big swig of that. Take a big chug. Oh yeah, I bet. And now he's got to chew it. He's got to whatever he's drinking. He's having to.
That's some of the almonds that didn't get.
Oh, that's nasty. That's gross. When I was at Walmart earlier, I went to the bathroom, and that's what that reminds me of.
You got some dysentery.
I ate a lot of almonds yesterday. Okay, Randy was upset because I didn't allow him to put what the ingredients were of his swill water. What was it? What is it?
Okay, start off with kale.
That's okay. That's nasty.
Yeah, and a banana.
Well, you can eat a banana.
I got a big handful of red grapes.
Right.
Some blueberries.
Uh-huh.
That's probably one color that you don't like.
Yeah.
Half a lemon.
With peel and everything?
Yeah.
Oh, gross.
With the rind, yeah.
Uh-huh.
Chia seed.
We only got like a 15-minute video, so let's go.
A bunch of almonds. So grind it all up and
That's
boom.
gross.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's supposed to be healthy.
When are we going to eat lunch?
Yeah, I'm ready to go eat lunch.
I'm ready to have a baconator, junior baconator.
All right. I don't know if you can see it or not. I'm going to try to get a picture of this. The first bolt that we're going to remove is this one. And it's the first one on the tub itself, on the front, behind the firewall. Anyway, you can get to this one and heat it up. The second one is this one, and I mean, this one is rough. The rubber's gone. I'm hoping I can get it out like the other side. I'm going to put my torch in this hole here and heat up the threads itself, and hopefully this one will come out so I don't have to cut another hole in the tub. Third one is broken off. Got one underneath the near the gas tank, which didn't look too bad. It should come out, and then of course the back one I'm sure is going to break off. So I'm going to get started trying to get these bolts out using a torch, and we'll see where we get from there. Okay, I thought it was recording, but it was not, so let me just give you a little brief recap. This is the front bolt I was able to get out. That one I took the torch and heated up on the top because it's open. And here's the second bolt that I was able to get out. Here's the second bolt I was able to get out in the middle. And I was able to take the torch into that hole that I showed you a minute ago. And basically you take a breaker bar. This one ratchets back and forth. But you want to rock it back and forth. You don't want to use an impact on it because it's going to snap off. You want to spray it with penetrating oil and then just rock it back and forth a little bit at a time, and you'll feel it start to get loosened up. And when it starts loosening up a little bit, go ahead and spray it with some more penetrating oil, and then just slowly get it out where it feels like it's turning okay. And then I just took my 3/8 impact and just kind of bumped it on out of there. Now I did have to take the torch and heat it up one more time, and man, it just zipped right out. And then all the rust and everything else fell out of the hole. But that one I'm not going to have to cut the tub, and I can reuse that to mount my new bolt. Sweet. The next one on the frame, of course, then this one's already broken off, so I don't have to screw with it, except on the top. And I've got one, there's one body mount right here, right in front of the gas tank. This one was pretty clean on the threads, and I think it's just going to come on out. I don't think that one's going to be an issue. There's that rear one there, and I'm pretty sure it's going to break right off. But we're going to see. Awesome. Alright, if you're a redneck, this is almost like a mecca. I had to come get something this morning at the store, so we went to the Walmart. It's not Walmart, it's the Walmart. There are actually people in this part of the country that their social experience consists of Friday nights after they get their paycheck. They go down to the Walmart. But I do shop here. Okay, I made it out of Walmart alive. I had to get a new tripod. I bought one on eBay, and it was the biggest piece of crap. Man, it was like, I took toothpicks and sprayed them silver. I don't know. Anyway, after my camera fell 2 or 3 times because of this cheesy tripod from eBay, I went to Walmart to get a tripod, and the selection was not that great. But one thing that I did think when I went into the electronics section of Walmart is how technologically crippled or handicapped people shop at Walmart, because they still sell VCR tapes. Really? Who buys VCR tapes? Anyway, and then I thought, who buys CDs anymore? I mean, unbelievable. Walmart is like 10 years behind the times on anything that's technology related. I think they had a sign that says, welcome to using the new iPhone. No, they didn't, but I wouldn't be surprised if they did. All right, we're headed back to the Redneck Garage to start pulling some rusty bolts. And of course, I didn't even have to tape that. The back one just broke right off. I mean, just snapped right off. There's hardly anything left of the bolt. It's just gone. So that one's gone. And I'm going to just take my porta power and raise up on the frame, on the body. Beauty. I'm going to get a block and put it underneath here so it doesn't crush me. Alright, now I just got to take the old ones out. And we'll go from there. Okay, so I gorilla welded the plate in here because the frame was about gone in a couple of those spots there. So I took a couple metal plates and welded them in there, and that'll do. This was absolutely the worst hole of all of them. So the other side I just put a bar in there. This one I decided to weld it to the frame just to give it a little more structure and stability, because that is where one of my Nerf bar mounts go. Okay, so the gas tank's kind of in the way, but I've got to cut a slot right here to get to this bolt. You're going to see how that's almost in the way. I'm going to try to move this, pull the gas tank piece out of the way. But that's in a rough spot. Okay, so on this rear one, you can see where I cut the slot right here. I can see my bolt in there. Alright, I'm going to mess around with that and get that out, but it's ready to go ahead and I'll get it out of there. I'm going to have to raise, maybe, hell, I don't know. I'll get it out though with both hands. I can't do it holding the camera, and then we'll go on from there. So now you can see the furthest back one. You can see how rusted it is, man. There's nothing left of that bolt. Looks like an old tree trunk. Whittled down with a wet knife, man. But there's no way that bolt was coming out. So we got our hole now ready to install the new bolt. Okay, one of the cool tools that I bought, I'm going to show you here in just a minute. I cleaned up the other side of the frame, and then I want to clean this side of the frame up. But I got a new tool that I'm going to try on this side that looked very promising. So on the other side, on the passenger side, when I was cleaning the frame, I used a DA and I used a wire brush and everything else. But I was at Home Depot yesterday and I saw this made by Diablo. Hey buddy, how are you? It is a 50 grit grinder wheel, and we're going to try that on the frame to see if I can't just clean off all the rust and everything. And this will hold up a lot better than like DA sandpaper would. And wire wheel, I think it'll be a little bit smoother. So I'm going to give that a shot. Okay, I'm going back on with my can looks rough, man. Chassis Saver paint. It has a rust inhibitor. It keeps it stops the rust, and it also prevents new rust from forming. When it hardens up, man, it is super hard. So we're gonna go ahead and slather this on. That's a redneck garage term for you, slather. We'll slather it on here, good and thick. Keep that rust from coming back. Okay, this frame has been slathered. Redneck Garage slathered, and it looks nice. That one grinder wheel did a nice job, I think, getting the rust off and stuff. And then going over it with the paint, I probably need to hit it in a couple more spots. But overall, that frame looks nice, and the mounts are ready to put the new bushings in. So we'll let that dry for a few minutes, and then I'll come back and put the bushings in. Okay, as you see, all the bushings are in. And the Nerf bar mounts are on this side. It looks awesome. The frame is painted, and we've got a solid bed sitting on a frame. So that was a lot of work to put in 11 pieces of plastic, huh? Okay, so that's it on the frame, the bushing replacement, and or if you're doing a lift kit, that's basically the same steps of doing a 1 or 2 inch body lift on it. Glad to be finished, man. That was a dirty, nasty job. Of course, some Jeeps are going to be harder than others, depending on where they're located, how much rust. People in Canada would have a hard time, probably. You can see that it was a challenge, not because just pulling the bolts up, but because of the rust was the biggest issue that I had to deal with. So we got done with that. One of those things that hardly anybody will see except for me, noticing that it's got new body mount bushings. It will ride smoother, it will cut down on vibration, so I'm glad to have that done. The new Nerf bars will have a great support instead of nothing to put them onto, because that's where they mount, is right on those bushings. So that's good, that's done. Next set of videos we're going to be doing is going to deal with body work and what needs to be done as far as fixing the body work on this, and that's my favorite part. It is going to be the most noticeable part, of course. When you paint it, it looks awesome. So that's what we're going to be doing here in the Redneck Garage coming up. We're going to be talking about some painting tools that I've purchased the next day or two, as I show you how important they are to a quality paint job and what makes your life easier to do the body work on it itself. David from Redneck Garage. Keep turning some wrenches.